It's been a couple of years now since I've done a how to build a home studio video. Times have changed, tech has improved, and my ever-evolving setup is once again complete. This video is aimed at beginners, so if you're a seasoned engineer and you know all about gear, you may not find much value in this video. However, if you're just starting your journey and not quite sure where to start, this is the video for you. Let's roll that intro. What's up, YouTube universe? This is Jacob Dark. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button and that notification bell, especially if you're looking for more reviews on the latest tech-related gear and help me reach my current goal of 25,000 subscribers. As always, check the links in the description of this video for the lowest possible prices I could find on whatever products I'm covering. Now, let's not waste any more time and get into today's video. So we're going to start with what's called your front end, and that begins with the microphone. There's different types of mics out there, but you're most likely going to end up with a condenser mic like my Warm Audio WA8000 for studio recording, or a dynamic mic like the SM7B if you're more of a streamer, podcaster, or YouTuber like me. Condenser mics would typically have a large diaphragm inside and pick up everything from your voice to the birds to cars driving by, while the SM7B is better at cutting out background noise. I have mine on this Warm Audio WA-MBA boom arm, which again is perfect for podcasters and streamers. Now, side note, I have a lot of Warm Audio products in this video, but I'm definitely not sponsored by Warm Audio. They just have a lot of affordable gear that makes it easier to attain for home studio guys like me. Don't get too caught up in the hype of a specific microphone. While it may sound great on some voices, it could be terrible for others. You might have to experiment to find what works for you. A preamp is going to boost the signal of your microphone and can be clean or add color, and in my case I have the Warm Audio WA73EQ. The louder I crank this burgundy knob, the more color my vocals get, and as you can see, this particular preamp has an EQ section where I can tailor my lows, mids, and high frequencies. If my voice is sibilant, I can cut a little off the top with the highs, and if I want to add some more bass to my voice, I can do so with the lows. This then goes into my compressor, the Warm Audio WA2A, which tames your signal and gives the whole thing a nice glued together effect. Turn up the output gain to get the signal as loud as you like, then turn up the peak reduction to even everything out so your lowest and loudest parts of what you're recording are more evenly matched. Now, altogether, this channel strip would run about $2,000, but the great thing is, if you're on a budget, you can purchase plugins that get a similar effect for a lot less money. In fact, you could probably grab 2 Waves plugins that emulate these exact flavors for under $100, and no one would know the difference. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Pitbull Audio, who's been instrumental in helping me put together my home studio and has gone above and beyond in helping me get products when no one else has them in stock. This video is not being sponsored by Pitbull, I just highly recommend them from my personal experience. If you're in the US, check them out and give them a call. An audio interface is where you're going to plug all of your components into. Think of it like a highway. It takes your microphone or input signal into the interface and into your computer, while also taking the sound from your computer back into the interface and out into your headphones and studio monitors. Now, I have the Mo2 Ultralight Mark V, which I chose for its outstanding quality and reliability on Windows, and because it has more connections than most interfaces in this price range. I can connect instruments, outboard gear, multiple sets of monitors, and more with this one interface. Now, there's a lot of interfaces on the market, maybe some hype with some brands. What I'll say is don't buy based on hype, buy based on the connections that you need. If all you need is to plug in one microphone, one set of headphones, and one set of monitors, then you don't need to spend extra money on an interface with 8 mic pre's and bells and whistles you'll never use. Buy based on what you need. Most computers these days are insanely powerful, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. At minimum, I'd recommend a quad-core processor and 16GB of RAM and you'll be fine. I'd also recommend an ultra-wide monitor, a 32-inch monitor, or dual monitors, as all that screen space will allow you to add more configurations like adding console view. One thing I'd like to add is a light bar on the top of your monitor. I have this Malifaux light bar which not only adds RGB lights to my walls if you're into that look, but makes a huge difference on the lighting on my desk. We can see how dark it is with just the lights from my power conditioners and how much of a difference a light bar makes. If you like this specific model, I'll drop that link in the description below. Speaking of power conditioners, I have two Furman PL8C rack mount units which help to filter out hum and noises that may be coming from your outlets. Dirty power is a thing, and while some say these are nothing but glorified power strips, I prefer to have them for peace of mind, and they look great in my rack. Now there's two types of headphones I use, closed back and open back. I have a pair of Audio-Technica ATH M50X's that are closed back and are great for tracking and are my recommendation if you just need one set to record. And I have a pair of Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros which are open back, which I use for mixing. Because they're open back, my ears sweat a lot less, making them more comfortable for longer mixing sessions. Definitely go closed back for recording, as it helps to keep the sound in your headphones and not bleeding back into the microphone. Now, you only need one set of monitors to get going, and there's no better set I'd recommend than the Yamaha HS5s. They may not be the most exciting set out there, but they're flat, honest, and true, and if you can get a good mix on these, it'll sound good anywhere. Should you graduate to a second set, I cannot recommend them enough. The Focal Alpha Evo 65s are just beautiful. A well-rounded 3D sound, rich in bass, and a perfect complement to the HS5s. Regardless of which set you pick, your ears will adjust over time and get used to them, so you can create good mixes on just about any set. Most of the time in a home studio, we're working with limited space and don't have the room for a giant desk that's going to eat away at the square footage. It's because of this I use the RAB Audio LS840 desk, a full 8 rack spaces for gear, and a compact 40-inch wide desk. It's also got these additional monitor add-ons so you can buy if you need the extra space, and it's only $400, a steal when you compare to other brands out there with similar rack space. Small bedrooms, this is your desk. One of the most overlooked things that have the biggest impact on your setup and should be one of the first things you consider is acoustic treatment. An untreated room is going to have slap echo and really dilute the sound in the room, whereas acoustic panels will clean everything up to make sure what you're hearing is accurate. I personally use GIK acoustics for all treatment needs and have them on the sides for reflection points, on my front wall for slap echo, and on my rear wall and corners to help with bass. Because no room is perfect, you can reach out to them for advice on your particular room. If you can afford it, acoustic treatment should be a priority. So now you've spent all this money and have your perfect setup, be sure to protect it. I've got renter's insurance, security cameras, vicious killer dogs, firearms, the whole 9. Protect yourself, your family, and your belongings, and stay safe. Now that sums up my home studio setup, a piece-by-piece breakdown to give you an idea of what you need and where to start. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Until next time, thank you for watching, stay tuned, and have a great day.